everybody. Welcome to Gambler's Paradise. It's getting to be my favorite time of year, or one of my favorite time of years anyways, and that's March Madness when we have the NCAA basketball brackets coming out. And I'm going to tell you how to win at your bracket, whether you're playing on the internet or in an office pool or just with some friends. Just some tips and some things that have helped me be successful throughout the years on the brackets. So first off, it might be a little late for this depending on when you're watching this, but you're going to want to do your due diligence and do some homework about a week to a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks before the bracket comes out. There's conference championships, and if you haven't been watching basketball all year, especially not college basketball all year, this is a great time to start watching some of the championship tournaments throughout all the conferences and kind of see which team's playing good, which team's getting hot. With the bracket, it's not always about the best team throughout the year. It could be the team that just got hot and went on a good run through their conference tournament and is playing really good ball, and then is going to go into the tournament and continue playing well, just kind of on a hot streak. It's not necessarily going to be the best team overall, that's going to win it. How it's broke down, though, is they do put you in, I'm sure most of you know this, they put you in regions, and it's basically a bunch of mini tournaments to come to one winner. It's a huge field, and so they're going to bracket 1 through 16 in each of the mini brackets through each region. So they're kind of doing the work for you. You have to think about it this way: there's a lot of people that are athletic directors or people that have been involved in college basketball for many years who are going ahead and putting the seeding together, which are telling you, in their opinion, which teams are the best in the tournament, and which ones aren't. Simply put. So a lot of people like to go for some long shots and take some gambles. Now every now and again there'll be an upset, but remember, there's never been a one that has lost to a 16 seed. There's been some that have been close, but that's never happened. So when you're filling that out, go ahead and put the one to advance. What you're going to want to do here is put your odds to make it the most favorable for you to win. Obviously, that being said, don't be afraid to take some chances, just don't take stupid chances. Everyone's going to pick a few upsets, but overall, go with what's there. Now, again, there's probably not going to be 4 number 1 teams that make it to your Final Four, but definitely there's probably a good chance that 1 or 2 of those teams will make it to your Final Four, or at least to the Sweet 16. And also what you're going to want to look up is RPI, RPI of the teams. Just take a little time, take a lunch break, and go over some numbers and some research, and it could really put you in an advantage against a lot of people. A lot of people just go with name strength or programs that they've heard of for years, like your North Carolinas, your Dukes, some of these teams, which are good teams, but they're not going to take the time to look at Wichita State or maybe a Utah State or some other teams that have had good basketball programs traditionally throughout the years, UNLV. Some of these teams that might be able to get a few rounds, maybe even squeak into the Sweet 16. If you can pick some of these teams from different conferences, some of your maybe WCC team, or you'll pick somebody from the Mountain West or a WAC team or something like that. Just see who's playing the best. RPIs is what I was talking about. Sorry, I went off on a little tangents there. It's basically your strength of schedule. So even though somebody might not have as good a record as another team, you might want to look at the strength of schedule and see who those teams have actually played. And there's plenty of places, if you just put in RPI, college basketball, it'll bring you up, and you can kind of compare the teams. So you can go through and make an educated decision. There might be a team from, let's say, ACC conference that has, 6 losses, something like that, versus a team from a lesser conference, maybe like the WAC, like we were saying earlier, that might only have 2 or 3 losses throughout the year, and looks like a really good team, has some pretty good win margins. But then when you look at the competition, obviously the ACC school is playing a lot tougher schedule, a lot harder teams. But then on the flip side, you can look and see, when this team has played tougher opponents, how they fared. So that's how I'd pick my upsets, is I'd look for teams that have a traditionally pretty good basketball presence, have made it to the tournament a few times, or are playing hot, and then look at how they've done against some bigger teams, if they've been competitive, if they pulled some upsets, if they've won, etc. So that's how I'd go ahead and pick my upsets. But remember, the committee's done the work for you. You wonder why the secretary as the cliche goes, or the person that never watches a basketball game all season always wins picking favorite colors or mascots or whatever. That might be true to some extent, but she's probably going down and picking the majority of 1 through 4 teams to advance. And I think you'd be smart to do the same. Although, I mean, throw in a few upsets, just don't go crazy with them. And then do your homework, do your due diligence. An extra half hour worth of reviewing and going through things, is going to pay off for you and help you advance. Because let's face it, you're all watching this because you want to make money and you want to win your bracket and have bragging rights for the next few years, or at least do well in your bracket and beat your buddy or whatever. Also, I'd say the more brackets you can do, the better. So I'd fill out multiple brackets and have different winners. Sometimes you'll get stuck on the same team, like a Kansas or a Kentucky or whoever winning the whole thing. Mix it up a little bit, and that way if somebody gets knocked off, your whole bracket's not gone, or all 5 of your brackets aren't gone. Also, I'd go online. I'd try to do some brackets online, get some stuff like that, do some pools around work, maybe do some friends. The more you get in, obviously, the better your chances are, and if your knowledge is a little better than everyone, I think you probably have a better chance. Although, there's always upsets and things that happen. That's what makes it fun. That's why we goof off and, pretty much don't work for a weekend, especially that opening tip, and just watch basketball all day. Also, if you're able to get to like a Las Vegas or get to somewhere where sports betting is legal, there's a lot of fun prop bets and things that you can do. Take some long shots, pick a it's been 5 or 6 years or better now, but I don't know if anyone remembers. There's a team called Bradley that made a pretty deep run, and some people were putting money on that one just after the opening round, and went for a couple rounds and made some pretty good cash. So if you're somewhere that you can do that, just enjoy it. Just sit back and enjoy this great time of the year. But with your brackets, just do a little homework. I mean, look at their conference. Just go through, do a little homework's going to pay you off in the long run. I've seen, me and my buddies always do brackets, and I've seen all sorts of winners, but usually the winner comes prepared. We've played in multiple, national type brackets, and when we were in college brackets, my buddy took first place, my other buddy took second, in college, out of all the students that participated and stuff. So these are tried and true, proven techniques. If you just kind of pay attention, watch, look up in the conference tournament how they did conference schedule. I know it looks like a lot of teams, but you're going to have your main teams you want to pick. They're going to get to your Sweet 16, Elite 8, and then your Final 4. That's really what you got to worry about, and then backtrack from there. So go ahead. Hopefully you win money. If you win big, share some my way, for these great tips. But also, if you found something that works for you that I haven't put down here, let us know. And maybe do just go by colors, mascots. Try it. Let us know how it works. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Gambler's Paradise.